morning and welcome to Edon, Ohio, as we get ready for conference basketball with tons of ramifications on the line, not on a Friday night, but on a Saturday night tonight here from Edon. Tonight it is 10-6 North Central against 9-7 Edon. That is inconsequential tonight because the records we're paying attention to, North Central 5-0, Edon is 3-1 in the BBC. A North Central win tonight gives them at least a piece of a BBC championship, something they haven't tasted in 2 decades. Exactly 2. It was 2002 the last time it happened. An Edon win tonight keeps them in play, keeps Pettisville in. Well, Pettisville would be in play regardless of what happens tonight because North Central still plays one more game, but keeps 3 teams alive tonight. So pretty important matchup here. Glad that we could keep it on the same weekend as when it was scheduled last night. Good to be back with you and good to have high school basketball after a little weather respite here for 3 nights.
And Andy, I think that's one of the big storylines to keep an eye on. Neither team, I don't think, was able to get in any gym time until maybe a shoot around like everyone else until this morning. So especially for North Central, where are they mentally? I mean, nothing went right Tuesday over at Antwerp. Where are they mentally? Is it a good thing that maybe they weren't in the gym for a few days to kind of clear their heads a little bit? But yeah, either team, you don't want to see breaks like that. It's one thing not to have a game over a 3-day span, but you didn't even get into the gym at all. So where are these teams as far as that's concerned?
You know, and North Central, they were bludgeoned by Antwerp. Edon lost a tough one on Tuesday night playing an Evergreen team, lost by 5 there. Had a chance, we'll talk with the coaches here on our Brian Ford Lincoln Conversations with them coming up next. Chris Fiddler from North Central, Matt Ripke from Edon. They'll join us on D-Rock Sports.
Attention homeowners and contractors in the tri-state area. Did you know Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold services and repairs pretty much any piece of equipment and machinery? Well, they do. Things like skid steers, mini excavators, backhoes, and air compressors. But it's not just big equipment. They also repair things like lawnmowers, snow blowers, chainsaws, heaters, pretty much anything you can think of, Black Swamp Equipment can handle it. And they are certified service warranty centers for Steel outdoor power equipment, Kohler engines, Miller Electric, Milwaukee, and Toro. Plus, they have a truck fully loaded to come to you to fix a problem you may have with a piece of equipment. To find out more information, check out blackswampequipment.com or phone 1-800-445-2777 and ask for the service department. Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold, your one-stop service and repair headquarters.
At the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio, we know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow. So we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning. I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice. At Fackler Monument Company, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. We can even customize a memorial for you. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the Damage Doesn't Have to Be Too Damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company. SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Good luck to all the athletes from North Central from the Kidston Family Companies of Pioneer. The Kidston Family Companies want to take this opportunity to salute all of the hard work of the athletes and coaches. And they want to say good luck not only in this game, but in the rest of the school year and all of the competitions. The Kidston Family Companies of Pioneer saying good luck to the North Central Eagles in tonight's game.
You know where to go when your vehicle has been in an accident, but why should you take that same vehicle to Jason Deeds Collision and Service when you need an oil change, brake job, or any other routine maintenance? It's because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have 60 years of combined experience diagnosing and repairing domestic, foreign, and classic automobiles. They have a state-of-the-art alignment machine that ensures a perfect alignment every time, and the training and expertise to fix your problem the first time. So whether it's a crash or take your vehicle to Jason Deeds Collision and Service. Service.
We're ready for high school basketball in the BBC, a pretty important one here tonight in this one. Our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the coaches. North Central head coach Chris Fidler joins us. And Fid, before we dive into Edon, want to go back to Tuesday and know that's a game you just as soon forget. And I guess that's my question. When a night like that happens, and I know every night and every game is kind of its own entity, but on this particular game, do you take anything away from it? I mean, film-wise, do you just flush the tape, I guess metaphorically flush it and just, move on? How do you handle a night like that against the number 2 team in the state, moving on now to face Edon?
Yeah, we basically just talked a little bit about, finding some things that we need to fix, whether it's Edon, whether it's against Antwerp, whether it's, no matter who the opponent is, the only loss is something, is a loss that you can learn from. So we obviously we didn't play our best Tuesday night against Antwerp, and, they're number 2 in the state for a reason. They're a solid ball team. And, we had too many, I guess, mental, physical. I mean, it was a bad combination Tuesday night, and when you have those on nights like that, then a solid Antwerp team is gonna give it to you like they did us. So, just learning something from the loss, and taking it and fixing it going forward.
Okay, let's talk. Speaking of going forward, you get Edon now in a pretty crucial matchup here in the BBC. Obviously, if you're able to win, you'd wrap up at least a share of the title tonight. And so, and an Edon win puts everything back into play for everybody, with Pettisville still looming as well. So let's talk Edon. You haven't seen them as far as played them. You were supposed to, I know, back in November in a non-conference. That didn't happen because of their long football run. So now, having seen enough film on them, scouting other teams, and now focusing on them, tell me about this year's Edon team under Matt Ripke. What are some concerns, Chris?
One of the concerns that we have, is Edon's size as opposed to ours. So obviously on our end of it, we have to counter and use our strengths, and I feel like our speed we're a little bit quicker in the open floor, and we want to try to speed this game up where Edon's going to want to try to slow it down. They're going to try to use their size. They got Gannon running the point for them there that does a nice job of controlling the game. Between Gallagher, Halbert, Nestor, and Nestor's kind of scary because, he's a very good player, and, he complements those guys around him very well. And then, you got Barry that's very athletic, and depending on who shows up to them, on which one of them is going to have an on night or off night. And, so we got to keep them off the boards, keep them from dribble driving and getting to the rim, and Barry and Nestor, and Ripke. It's kind of, they're a very disciplined basketball team.
This is a big game for a couple of reasons, isn't it, Fid? Not just in the BBC, but potential seeding, with them sitting at 9 wins, you sitting at 10 wins, head-to-head on the same weekend of the draw. So a bigger game for just, looking at those two perspectives of it, conference and potential draw as well in seeding.
Oh, for sure. What perfect timing, like you said, tournament draw on Sunday. Both of us are neck and neck, and both of us are very, very equal as far as ability, and it sets the tone for a very, very competitive night. So there's a lot at stake here.
Fid, appreciate talking to you. Good luck in this one against Edon.
Thank you very much, Andy, and always thank you for the coverage.
Do you want a career with competitive wages and benefits, with a flexible schedule in a close-to-home, clean, and ever-growing company? If that's a yes, we want you to be a part of the 2020 family in Holiday City. We have schedules to meet all walks of life. Work full-time or weekends only, with pay up to $26 an hour. A full benefits package at 30 days, up to $400 a month with perfect attendance program, and a $500 referral referral bonus. Apply online at 2020cmp.com. Then stop in Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. for open interviews. We hope to see you soon at 2020 CMP. Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game.
Have you heard of Alton Low Brink & Company?
What?
Have you heard of Alton Low Brink & Company?
Sorry, could you say that one more time, only slower?
Alton Low Brink & Company, or sometimes it's known under the brand names of TrueFast and Spax.
Not really. What is it?
Alton Low Brink & Company is a well-known fastener manufacturer. It's a family-owned business that's been around for nearly 200 years that cares about their employees and invests in the local community. They just added a 65,000 square foot expansion to their Pioneer location. If you want to learn more about the company or employment opportunities, visit altonlow.us. That's ALTENLOH.us.
Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio would like to take a moment to wish all the Edon area athletes good luck this season as they strive for excellence. Since 1977, Dimension Hardwood Veneers has been the manufacturer of specialty rotary cut-to-size veneers. Dimension Hardwood Veneers is proud to support all Edon area athletics. Go Bombers from the management and staff of Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio.
Welcome back to our pregame show and our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the coaches. Glad to be joined by Edon head coach Matt Ripke as they get ready here for North Central. And Matt, I know coming into this matchup here with North Central, last weekend a tough loss on the road in conference against Pettisville. Kids did bounce back, though, and collected a good win over Maumee Valley Country Day. I guess tell us a little bit about your most recent games that you played.
Well, as you said, tough loss at Pettisville on Friday night last week. Our guys battled. We struggled scoring the ball, but that's going to happen when you got a 6'8" guy protecting the rim, and Pettisville did a very good job of dictating our ability to score the basketball. We were able to turn them over quite a bit, but couldn't convert those turnovers into points. And bounced back on Saturday against a very talented Maumee Valley team, athletic, and I thought we did a good job early on of sitting down and guarding against them and taking away some of their strengths, and we kind of had to grind it out in the second half. And then Evergreen came here on Tuesday, and again, I think for two quarters we kind of struggled offensively, and when you struggle offensively, it's the guys get in their mind that they don't want to guard as hard, and that's when you have to guard even harder and defend even better when you're not scoring the ball. But best part about Tuesday night was the fact the guys battled back and got ourselves within 5 there at the end, and then they didn't quit.
How do you get that through to, Edon kids specifically now, because this is your first year over there, but kids in general, when you said didn't want to guard as hard as maybe they should have on Tuesday night, how do you work your way through that and kind of stress that even more with the kids, Matt?
I think it comes, in those timeouts and halftime and into game situations and in the post-game locker room when they have that not so good feeling of coming away with a loss and understanding that that's one of the primary reasons why we ended up in that situation. And then obviously it's something that we take a look at on film as well and point out the good things that they did, but also the things we need to do better as we move forward.
All right, so before we dive into North Central, because Evergreen was Tuesday and then snow and weather hits, and so you're not in the gym for a couple of days. Is that all that bad of a thing right now?
I think when you go stretches 2-3 days in a row, you get out of that routine. A day here and a day here, a day there is not a bad thing, because you get in the grind of January and early February where it's basically going over the opponent's sets, and guys usually pick things up pretty quick and get an opportunity to shoot the ball a little bit, and maybe you should review a few offensive things. But usually during this time of the year, we're 75, 90 minutes in the gym, and that's it anyway. So it's the extended multiple days being out that's somewhat concerning. But with the technology that we have, guys have the ability to watch film that we've cut up and to be able to see scouting reports, and then we can communicate back and forth through the technology that exists.
What is that scouting report on North Central?
Well, for them, personnel-wise, it starts with Zach Hayes. He's over 1,000-point scorer. He's a tremendous shooter from the perimeter. He can get in the paint and score as well, and he has length defensively that he can cause some turnover. So we've got to do our best to contain Zach Hayes, which is, that's a tough job, and we're going to throw multiple guys at him and see if we can't, keep him under his average. And then, the sophomore Joey Burt can score the ball as well, really puts his head down and gets to the basket. So, we've got to make some other guys score the ball from them that maybe aren't used to being their primary scorer.
This game really, for a couple of reasons, presents a true tournament atmosphere. I mean, you have to have it for the conference to have any shot of sharing the championship. I guess you could still win it outright by winning out, and they would drop another, but at least for Edon to stay into it. Plus, I mean, this could go some ways down the road with them sitting at 10 wins now. You're at 9 right now, and a head-to-head game on drawing weekend. So a pretty big tournament atmosphere-like game.
Oh, absolutely. And, that's one of the things we talked with our guys, the last few weeks especially is, we continue to build our resume as it gets closer to the tournament draw. And this is a huge one for us with the draw next Sunday.
Hey, Matt, appreciate the time. Best of luck against North Central here in this one.
Thanks, Andy.
When it comes to choosing a realtor to help you with your real estate needs, the only choice is the AmeriMade Realty Team. Serving 6 counties in Northwest Ohio, AmeriMade continues to be one of the top companies year after year. With our award-winning service, commitment to each and every client's best interest, comprehensive marketing plan, and dedication to the people and communities around us, the AmeriMade Realty Team is the go-to choice in Northwest Ohio. When it's time for you to make your next move, call AmeriMade Realty at 419-636-7653. That's 419-636-SOLD, or go to AmeriMadeHomes.com. Myers Brothers Trucking was founded in 2003 by current owners Craig and Dustin Myers, with a base of operations in Pioneer, Ohio. The reputation for providing a high-quality service at very competitive rates has contributed to the success of the business over the years. The goal? To provide customers with professional supplier relationships and premium service. For more information, see MyersBrothersTrucking.net. Myers Brothers Trucking, saying good luck to all the athletes in tonight's game. Your friends at your neighborhood Edon Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Edon, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Edon Farmers Co-op.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan. They carry new, used, and scratch and dent appliances. They carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE. Many in stock for you to take home today. Then, when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
Back out here in Edon, closing in on the opening tip tonight between Edon and North Central. We'll take one final timeout. We'll meet the lineups, get Adam's thoughts, and the opening tip tonight coming up here on a Saturday on B-Rock Sport.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon. The North Central Athletic Boosters would like to thank our student athletes for their hard work and dedication, both in the classroom and on the court this season. They know how much hard work and dedication the players put into every practice and game, and the North Central Athletic Boosters are proud to be supporters. The North Central Boosters also want to give a big thanks to the parents and loyal Eagle fans. Play hard, play proud, and go Eagles.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Edon, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
Need to spruce up your home inside or out? Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan is the place for that. Get all the paint you need at tremendous prices. Get Royal Interior Eggshell or Satin or Royal Exterior Flat and Royal Exterior Stain. With excellent coverage, washability, and a lifetime warranty, Ace Royal Paint is the only paint you'll ever buy. Get to Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan today. Ace, the helpful hardware place.
Starting lineup time brought to you by Fackler Monument Company in downtown Montpelier. For the Edon Bombers, coached by Matt Ripke, it'll be Jack Berry, a 6'4 senior, Caden Nestor, a 6'2 junior, Gannon Ripke, a 6'1 senior, Drew Gallagher, a 6'4 senior, and Cassius Hulbert, a 6'3" senior.
For the North Central Eagles and their head coach Chris Fiddler, they go like this: Joey Bird, a 5'10 sophomore, Colin Patton, a 5'10 senior, Cohen Myers, a 6'3 sophomore, Landon Justice, a 6'2 junior, Zach Hayes, a 6'2 senior.
Lineups brought to you by Fackler Monument Company, downtown Montpelier. Tri-State Vision Center officials working the game tonight: Al Riegsecker, Gary Gritza, and Matt Mello. For your eye care needs, remember the Tri-State Vision Center. Adam, how does Edon win tonight?
Impose their will on North Central. North Central's going to want to get out. They're going to want to run. They're going to want to get up and down the floor. That's not what Edon is going to want to do here tonight. So control tempo, make sure you're getting shots in the realm of the offense, and do what you do defensively. Dominate the boards here tonight. We saw North Central really struggle on the glass Tuesday night with a much bigger Antwerp team. Edon can do the same. They've got that kind of size here tonight.
How about for North Central?
Shoot the ball well, first off. I mean, nothing went right for them on Tuesday. I'm curious to see where they are mentally to start this game. For both teams, impose your will on the other. Get Edon going faster than what you want to. You don't have to win the boards here tonight, but you got to do better than what we saw the other night. Maybe an even wash would be just fine, and cut the turnovers down. Turnovers have proved to be just nightmarish for this team at times.
Well, in that interview, I asked Chris Fiddler, what do you do? They didn't get together because of the weather. So unless they watched film, the kids watched it on their own. But he talked to me a little bit, and I don't even think they probably did that. He said really only about 2 kids he thought played the entire game. Without saying that a lot of his kids bagged it, I got the impression that maybe a lot of his kids bagged it as the game went on. Look, Antwerp's really good. They've done that to a lot of teams. But as you've said a lot, film doesn't lie. So are you playing hard? Your absolute peak hardest from beginning to end. I'm not sure everybody did that night. I'm really not sure.
And I would agree with that 100%. And That's not an easy thing to do because everything went against them. They played about as poorly as we've seen them play early. Antwerp played and shot the ball about as well as we've seen them. A night where they had these celebrations and these milestones. It just was not a night to remember. So you're exactly right. Tape don't lie. I'm sure the coaching staff had a chance to look at it. 16, 17, 18-year-old kids that went through that. I doubt that many took the time to break down the tape.
I would agree.
Blame them for that. Where are they here? I would expect a much more spirited matchup here tonight against, again, Andy, another team that is going to be in the district that they're going to have to, at some point, perhaps, knock off again.
We will see. This is going to have some kind of effect on seeding between these two. I mean, we know the one. Neither of these are twos, probably, but a little bit better matchup maybe to the winner tonight.
And whoever maybe plays well here tonight, does that maybe take a couple of other teams? Because there's a big bunch in the middle there of the pack. Do they stay away from the winner after what they see tonight?
They'll re-jump it as Hayes and Gallagher. They've done this quite a few times against each other. Neither of them really got the tip. Now the opening tip will go North Central's way, and they'll move left to right here in this opening quarter.
That'd have been a breeze as that ball was thrown up for the tip.
Edon going man-to-man as we anticipate. Patton out on the right point, diagonally broken up by Gallagher. Ends up into the hands, though, of Zach Hayes, and he scores the first two of the night. Here comes North Central's full court pressure. Ripke picks his dribble up, gives it to Barry. Back to Ripke, powers his way into the front court. Joe Burt, trying to throw that leg out, is going to be guilty of the game's first foul, 28 seconds in.
And we've talked that Edon doesn't really have a true point guard. They asked Gannon Ripke to do so many different things. So look for North Central to try to get the ball out of his hands as early as they can in the possession.
Ripke walks it across the timeline. North Central will start man-to-man as well. Barry swings it to Nestor, who has been playing incredibly well for Edon the last, 7-8 games probably. Top of the key to Barry. Barry has steadied the ship, had a rocky start to his senior season. Right side over to Ripke. He'll attack into the painted area, had it poke free, got it right back, though, at the foul line. His pass deflected and stolen away by Justice. Up ahead it goes to Burt. Back to Justice. Swings it around to Hayes on the left point. Spin move in the lane. Tried to get around Ripke, who wasn't buying it. High ball screen. Burt gives to the right side to Justice. Stops, fires. Elbow jumper. Good. 2 for 2 start from the field and a 4-0 North Central advantage. Here's Barry, far side in the backcourt. Comes across the timeline. Trap was coming. Swings it now over here to Ripke. Ripke inside to a wide open Hulbert, who powers it home. Cassius Hulbert gets Edon's first shot attempt and finishes strong. 4-2. North Central on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Burt topped the key to Patton. North Central went with a little bit bigger lineup tonight with Hulbert in there to start. We'll see what the adjustments are as Stanky comes in and Edon goes to a little quicker matchup. Burt gives it up over to Justice 2 minutes into the basketball game. Justice on the right wing. Waits for the low post interchange. Flashing through was Myers. Instead, they'll stay perimeter oriented and around to the left side now to Hayes. Hayes top of the key. Hayes between the circles. Ripke on him. Hayes to the elbow. Had it knocked away momentarily. North Central still claims it, though. It's Justice on the right side. Top of the circle now. Burt around to Patton. He'll launch a three. Off the heel, and it ricochets over the backboard and out of bounds.
Now out of movement that time. North Central offensively, but still able to get a good, clean look at a shot.
They go with that three-quarter court pressure. Barry crosses midcourt, wrap around pass. Nestor jacks up a three, too hard. Rebound to Hayes. Hayes brings it himself momentarily. Now to Burt, powering his way to the basket. Too strong on that shot attempt. Ripke on the rebound on the weak side. 4-2 North Central. Edon possession. 5:15 to go in the first quarter. Ripke cross court now to Nestor. Nestor high on the right with a basketball. Nestor, top of the key. Weaves it into the hands of Ripke. Coming out in front was Hulbert. Looking to set a screen for somebody. Shifts it back over to Ripke. Or to Nestor at the foul line. Nestor picks his dribble up. Gives it up to Gannon Ripke now. Ripke between the circles. 4:50 to go in the quarter. 4-2. North Central with the lead. On our Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Over to the right side, Gannon Ripke. Ripke floats it to Drew Gallagher. Drop step and finish for 2 for Drew Gallagher.
Wasn't the prettiest of possessions. Guys weren't on the same page, but get it in 33's hands and let him work down low.
4-4 early on. Here's Patton, thought about a 3. Circles out in front now to Hayes. Hayes shifts it right side to Burt, nearing the midway point of the first quarter. 4-4 game on our Andres and Illinois scoreboard. North Central 5-0, Edon 3-1 coming into this BBC matchup here tonight. Postponed from last night. Hayes for 3 on the left point. No. Rebound tapped out. Barry the first one there. Spins away from Burt. Barry gets inside. Couple of shot fakes. Muscles it up and in. 3 of 4 start from the field for Edon.
Yeah, Jack Barry was bound and determined to get to the basket, and he did.
And now Joey Burt with a turnover, tossing it baseline and out of bounds wide of the target.
You know, about halfway through this opening quarter, it just looks like you see the guys on either side offensively talking to each other, pointing. It just seems like neither team really on the same page offensively right now.
Here's Barry. He'll hoist a 3. In and out. No good. Offensive rebound, though, to Edon. And then Patton ripping it away from Nestor, guilty of the foul.
You just wonder if the 3-day layoff, not getting in the gym at all. I mean, you probably had your walkthrough this morning where you can kind of walk through a game plan or something like that, but expect that to kind of get ironed out here as we go on.
From the baseline, Ripke to throw it in. Ripke backside, Gallagher open, shot up, no good, got his own miss, that's no good. And on the weak side, Patton comes out of traffic, ball deflected free, it's a jump ball. And the arrow belongs to Edon. Any other trends you're noticing here? Or if not, I want to go back to the not in the gym. Where do you see it more?
Well, you would think shooting maybe early, but Edon's shooting the ball very well so far. But just things aren't crisp right now. We're in the beginning of February. You know the offense. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You're fine-tuning things at this point of the year. But we're seeing a lot of guys pointing, you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here. Just kind of unsure with what they want to do right now.
Pettit in for the first time for North Central. Ben Pettit picking his dribble up. Ripke all the way out in front. Justice, great ball pressure. Almost got the 5-second count. Gallagher finally flashes out. Gives it left side now. Ripke into the lane. Ripke goes. And on the help. Or is it Myers from behind? Let's see. Foul will be on Landon Justice. His first, team's third.
And for both teams, a lot of standing around and watching the ball handler.
3:10, first quarter, 6-4 Edon on our Andres O'Neill scoreboard. Ripke can't find anybody. Finally, safety valve is Nestor. Nestor gets into the key. Shot up, no. Offensive rebound, Gallagher, and 1. And Burt guilty of his second, riding him underneath.
I can't tell you how good of a shot that is for Drew Gallagher because he was primarily underneath the basket. I mean, almost behind the backboard, going towards the baseline, leaning back, and kind of threw it up in one motion. That was really, really good.
OG Winter Classic. Ottawa Glandorf beats Harvest Prep 63-61. And also earlier, Antwerp won over Dayton Dunbar. Don't have a final. Ben can text me that. Free throw is good. We know a couple of girls winners. Hicksville over Edon. Montpelier, by the way, made history today, wrapping up their third straight BBC title, or at least a share of it. And that's the first time any Montpelier team at any level has won 3 in a row. And a turnover forced by Edon as Halbert rips it away from Myers. Trying to attack the basket is Gannon Ripke. Called for steps. He just lost his footing and went down to the deck. I should say at the high school level. I don't have any clue on junior high. I'm not at that quite in tune, Adam, on 3 beats at the junior high level.
You've got enough enough to keep track of in the high school level.
I know. I'm having trouble keeping track of parades and gatherings and everything else. From the baseline, Myers throws it out on top for Sanford, taken away by Barry. Barry wants the dunk. Barry lays it home, though, instead to be safe.
I think we're going to get a North Central timeout if something doesn't go right on this offensive possession.
And now a foul on Edon on Gannon Ripke coming up the floor. It'll be just his first. By the way, this is a 9-0 Edon run right now to take this 7-point lead.
Well, they're definitely the team that has kind of found their groove and settled in a little bit earlier, although North Central got off to the quick start, hitting a couple of shots early, but it's been miss ever since.
5 of 9 from the field for Edon starting this thing in the first 6 minutes. Around the horn, Pettit, 3 ball on the way from the heel, no good. Rebound was going to be grabbed by Gallagher, and then on the back, it'll be a North Central foul. And I think maybe Myers, yes. That's his first. So Joey Burke to the bench with 2 personals for North Central. That's the only one with 2 right now.
Well, North Central already with 5 fouls. Edon just the 1.
Gallagher swings it to Ripke. Edon, not only a great start to grab this lead, but now their style, their pace, their tempo comes into play here, especially as they are a front runner. On the left elbow, backing out is Ripke. Goes right side of the floor over to Nestor. Nestor, middle of the floor, spins right, stops on the elbow, shuffles it off now to Jack Barry, throws to the post. Hulbert, soft hands. Hulbert off glass, 2 more.
It's such a tough high-low matchup when you flash Hulbert down low and you've got Gallagher at the high post. You almost have to pick and choose which one you're going to give a shot to.
11 unanswered for Edon to take a 13-4 lead. Skip pass, Justice rise and fire. 3 ball is good and a much-needed basket for North Central.
Oh, absolutely. What a huge shot for North Central.
13-7, 60 seconds to go in the first quarter. To the corner, left side. Nestor wants to answer the 3. It's off target, no good. Mason Sanford comes away with a loose ball. That ends 3 straight makes for Edon. Now cutting, it's Sanford from Myers. Bounce pass out in front to Pettit. Pettit had it knocked away. Barry and Hulbert. Loose ball. It's Barry now. Barry in the lane. Jump stop at about 10 foot. Now to Ripke. Into Gallagher. Pump fake. Foul. Going to be called on Zach Hayes.
That's just asking so much of these North Central Eagles when Hulbert or Gallagher get the ball that deep into the paint, that close to the basket. They have size. They've got bulk. They've got muscle. I mean, that's asking a lot if they let them get that far deep underneath the basket.
2 shots here for Drew Gallagher. 65% on the season. Drains the first.
I mean, we're pretty athletic for where we are in our age, and that would be a tough ask for us, and we're good defenders.
Yeah, I don't know how many. I don't know what league you're playing in.
I would have defended it the same way by getting able to foul underneath the basket.
14 a game for Drew Gallagher as the leading scorer, and he goes 2 for 2 at the line, 3 for 3 on the night. Lead goes to 8. 15-7 Edon, final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Hayes sees a lane, knifes his way to the basket. Is it a charge? Yes. That was an easy call.
Yeah.
And that's 2 on Zach Hayes now.
That's 7 fouls already, so Edon's going to be shooting the entire second quarter, and the change we have here.
Carter Keeson for Caden Nestor. Now, will it be a good thing? Because you can go back to that Pettisville game. Their tough loss by 1 last week. An Edon team that shot just 7 of 21 at the foul line in a 1-point loss.
Part of it is getting to the free throw line. The other part, taking advantage of it.
Traveling violation on Jack Barry as he dribbled into a double team.
You know, it's almost like an early gut check time. I know it's only the first quarter. It's an 8-point game. It's clearly not anything that can't be overcome. But you just feel that the way that the week has gone, the way that this game has kind of progressed here through the first quarter, you think it's mentally a gut check time for North Central here.
They have their top 2 scorers now with 2 personals. Chris Fiddler will trust his senior, though, Hayes to stay out there. Justice to Sanford. Going left with it. 6 to shoot, 5 to shoot. Here's Justice. He's hit a couple already. 3 on the way. No. Rebound. Edon, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After 1 in this important DBC matchup, 15-7 Edon on D-Rock Sports.
Best Insurance and Financial Services in downtown Edon is proud to announce they've become a full-service insurance agency, taking care of all of your insurance needs now. Best Insurance and Financial Services has been handling life and health insurance along with your investment needs for over 40 years. And now they're able to offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and farm insurance needs. They can also protect your RV, ATV, and boat. To find out more information, just head to best-ins.net or phone 419-272-2888. Best Insurance and Financial Services in downtown Edon, wishing the Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game.
Financial health doesn't have to be complicated. At Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, we like to make it simple. That's why we offer free financial health checkups designed just for you. Our team of financial wellness coaches will help you create and simplify your plan, no matter how complicated life gets. Head to MidwestCommunity.org so you can get started today.
15-7 our score. Edon after one. Early trends. Edon 6 of 11. North Central 3 of 8. A few more shot attempts. North Central, I assume, a few more turnovers.
Yeah, they've got 4. Edon with 3. A +2 advantage on the boards in the quarter for Edon.
It'll be North Central basketball. Justice, Sanford, Patton, Myers, who threw it to the wrong shoulder, and Pettit, and another turnover. That'll be number 5 for North Central. Nestor, Keese out there along with Stanky, Berry, and Gallagher. Top of the circle, 3 ball, good for Caden Nestor. And it's a double-digit lead at 18-7. Gallagher got a lot of ball, but also evidently a little hand as well. And Drew Gallagher gets number 1, and going to the line will be Ben Pettit.
Boy, the 3 by Nestor at the other end just presents so many more problems. If he's going to shoot it, I mean, he's out near the volleyball line when he let that one fly. And do you go out there and cover that, or do you try to give help down low?
Pettit's free throw is good for his first point of the night.
But you saw North Central answer the way you'd like to. Get the rebound, let's get the ball out, get it, and push the tempo, and they get free throws of their own.
7 a game off the bench for Ben Pettit, 62% free throw shooter. North Central as a team, 61% at the line, and he nails both of those. By the way, that Antwerp win over Dunbar earlier, 61-55. So the Archers stay once beaten on the year. High post, Gallagher, nice find in the press breaker to get it to Stanky for the lay-in.
I've said time and time again, anyone else in the area, you'd want to have the ball at that high post than Drew Gallagher. Quarterback, he sees everything so well.
20-9 Edon with a lead. Over to Myers it goes, left side to the baseline to Sanford. How long and how in the world will North Central survive? Top 2 scorers, right around 30 points a game on the bench right now with foul difficulty. Pettit to Sanford. Sanford tried to spin move away on Nestor, but Nestor was there to take it away. The bounce pass, fortunate for North Central, was kind of to an area, and it's taken by Justice. They're not going to survive long without Hayes because he's heading to the scorer's table now. Can't let this thing get away either. Inside look, Patton turned around, misfired. Rebound is blocked. Still loose. Myers was rejected by Ripke. Out to Patton, 3 ball. No, that won't drop. Rebound is going to be knocked free, out of bounds. Edon ball.
They're letting them play. They are definitely letting them play, but those are the opportunities North Central, especially no matter who you are, you're down 11, you have to take advantage of those shots.
Sure do.
Uncontested right at the basket.
So Hayes is back for North Central. Hulbert back for Edon. 6:28 remaining first half. Good crowd on hand for this crucial BBC game.
They've been cooped up for 3 days.
Yeah, you're right.
Go too.
20-9 our score. Gallagher down low to Nestor. Extra pass for Hulbert. And a foul, or no, it's tapped and touched last. Patton got a deflection, and his foot was stepping on the end line when that happened.
You know, we talked about North Central's defensive effort. They triple team Gannon Ripke out top, and it looked like Edon was going to get a backdoor layup, an easy dish off to Hulbert. But credit North Central, they recovered and helped and prevented that layup from happening.
Gallagher with Patton on him gives it up now to Ripke out in front. 2 minutes gone by in the second. 20-9 Edon. Top of the key now. Floated over to Ripke. He's at the foul line. Ripke to Nestor on the wing. Bounce pass inside. Gallagher shakes free, lays it home. If you're going to gamble defensively, you better come up with it, especially when Gallagher's got it on the blocks. That's an easy automatic 2.
Well said. Not difficult.
3 for 3 to start the quarter for Edon. Loose ball. Edon wins again. Ahead to Keese. Is it going to be a travel or a foul on the floor? On the floor. You know, here's another one of those stats, Adam, that's not showing up in what you're doing, what I'm doing. If there's a 50-50 ball to be had right now, the white and blue are winning almost all of them.
I was thinking the same thing. Those hustle plays are all going to Edon right now, and it seems like they're just a half a step ahead of the Eagles right now.
Carter Keese shooting a 1-and-1, misses on the front end, and the rebound is secured by North Central, trailing 22-9 with 5:20 to go in the first half. Patton, top of the key. Looks into the post to Justice with the left hand. Won't go. Rebound knocked away. Loose and grabbed by Edon. Snapped ahead. Nestor reverse layup, and it won't drop. Hulbert on the glass, and he is fouled.
I was mesmerized watching the Nestor reverse layup and just hang on the rim for a second, but one person that wasn't was the 6'3 senior Cassius Hulbert, hustling down the floor, got the offensive rebound and a chance for free throws.
Free throw is good for Cassius Hulbert. He has 5 tonight. Burt with the 2 fouls returns for North Central. Barry is back for Edon. By the way, that foul was Sanford's second.
9.
So Burt, Sanford, and Hayes with 2.
And they got 9 team fouls. Edon shooting 2 free throws rest of the way.
1 of 2 for Cassius Hulbert. 23-9 Edon. Hayes dumps it right side. Pettit jacks up a 3. Nearly an air ball. It's no good. Ahead now to Barry. Barry jump stop, lays it home.
Who says Edon wants to be the team to slow things down?
I think Chris Fiddler wants a timeout. It's all Edon right now, threatening to run away and bury North Central. 25-9 Bombers. We'll be back.
You do your best to protect your loved ones. And while you may keep a fresh battery in your smoke detector and have a reliable home security system, there's a whole different type of protection you may be missing. A life insurance policy from Auto Owners Insurance is a way to safeguard your loved ones now and in the future. Meet with your local independent agent and secure a policy today to protect their tomorrows. Visit Andrews O'Neill & Lowe in Archbold, Bryan, or Wasion, or visit us online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio would like to take a moment to wish all the Edon area athletes good luck this season as they stride for excellence. Since 1977, Dimension Hardwood Veneers has been the manufacturer of specialty rotary cut-to-size veneers. Dimension Hardwood Veneers is proud to support all Edon area athletics. Go Bombers from the management and staff of Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio.
I like bid. 4:48 remaining. 25-9 Edon. 4 for 5 in the quarter. 10 for 16 shooting in the first half. When in hustle plays, just
everything.
Yes.
Everything. They've got the momentum totally on their side. They're dictating what North Central is doing, and almost as impressive, they're doing whatever they want offensively. At times they want to push. They're getting layups. When they set up the half-court offense, they're getting wide-open looks.
Now, far from over.
Oh, absolutely. The way that North Central can score.
So for North Central, they're 0 for 5. So that makes them 3 for 13 here in this half. And another turnover. And Edon got it ahead. Hulbert to Barry, who couldn't get the lay-in to go. Rebound North Central. Transition Hayes to the right side to Pettit. Pettit gives to Justice. Justice throws it out on top. Rise and fire. 3 is good for Zach Hayes.
Rely on your leader, your leading scorer, your senior. Give him the ball, give him some looks, and maybe he can pull you back in. Good start there.
5 for Zach Hayes. Carter Keese bumped as he crosses the timeline. Out of bounds. And before a turnover, Matt Ripke had gotten up to get a timeout. They grant the timeout. We'll take it. It'll be Edon ball. The roof ready to come off this joint. 25-12. We'll be right back.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
So nearing the midway point of this second quarter, 25-12, each team spending a timeout. That last timeout was just before an Edon or just as an Edon turnover is happening.
It's a matter of which area of the gym you are residing in right now.
Ripke bounce pass left side to Barry. Gallagher got Hayes on his hip with the 2 fouls, spins, jump hook on the way, no good. Rebound, Gallagher. That putback no good. Gallagher got a loose ball, muscles that one up, no good. Heavy contact on the interior. It'll be out of bounds off of Justice. Now, you hit the nail on the head. They're letting them play, so now both teams need to adjust.
Oh, absolutely. The physical play they're letting happen out there, just playing right into the hands of Hulbert and Gallagher down low.
Hulbert gives it up. Barry hoists a three. Bang!
And if you're Chris Fiddler, now they're hitting them from the outside. It's just almost impossible to defend.
28-12. Pettit answers with a big three. Rattles it home from the top of the circle.
That being said, North Central would love to start doing a little more of that. Up and down we go.
28-15. Eden crossing the timeline at the 3:20 mark. Ripke with a trap coming. Looks into a wide open. Cassius Hulbert shifted hands, and the big fella with a soft touch.
It's a numbers issue. You had 3 guys that were on Ripke. Someone's going to be open. 2 were open.
30-15. Justice interior wanted Sanford. He didn't get it. Hulbert had it right in his breadbasket, but he just showed there's a reason he plays O-line and not wide receiver because he couldn't bring it in. It's off him and out of bounds.
He cleared the way for most of the year.
He sure did. It'll be Sanford from the baseline. Bounces it right to Burt. Out on the right point now to Hayes. Back to Burt. They've held him scoreless, but he's been nursing 2 fouls. And on the dribble penetration, there's going to be a Barry foul on the floor. That'll be Barry's first. Team's second. Sanford to trigger in on the baseline. 30-15. Eden off the fadeaway and off glass. Soft touch by Landon Justice. He's played well tonight.
He's been one of the bright spots so far for the Eagles. Absolutely.
He has 7. It's 30-17. Here's Carter Keese. Jump stop, top of the circle. Keese in some trouble. Double dribble on Keese.
Well, this is going to be interesting, Andy. This is the
Wait a minute. Officials are going to talk and say he may have gotten that tipped away. This could come back to Eden. Gary Gritza saw it tipped, I think. Yep, it's going back to Eden.
Well, here's the thing. Well, I was just going to say, how long is Matt Ripke going to go with Gannon Ripke on the bench? He's the primary ball holder. Almost got a turnover that time.
So Gannon Ripke comes in for Cassius Hulbert. Eden knew coming into tonight, they were the more desperate team. They had to have it if they wanted any shot at a conference title.
Playing like it, too.
Burt deflects it away from Ripke. Showed him too much of the basketball that time. Hayes to Burt for 3. Straight on, air ball. Rebound is loose on the deck in the paint, and it's still loose. Ripke had it. Pettit had it. Now Sanford has it, and he lays it in.
Right place, right time, but you keep the possession alive. Just as good as getting an offensive rebound, and you cash it in.
30-19, Eden. 2 minutes to go in the half. Nestor feeling it from the corner. Won't go for 3. Justice the rebound. Outlet pass intercepted. And then Ripke wanted to go into Gallagher, who wasn't looking for the pass. Turnover Eden. Sanford turns it over.
Everybody just being sloppy and careless with the basketball.
A trailing Gallagher, who's still shaking the cobwebs out of that Ripke bullet that ended up off his cranium. And now Matt Ripke slows the train down. Here's Barry at the elbow. Gives to Keese. 90 seconds to go in the half. Gallagher from deep. Nothing but bottom of the net. 12 for him. 33-19. You're right about Eden is playing like the team that needed it more. Burt finally gets into the scoring column. Fade away baseline J from 15.
They're the aggressor, both ends of the floor.
Here's Gallagher in rhythm 3 again. That one off target. Rebound Hayes. Gives to Pettit. 1 minute to go in the half. Inside, Burt wide open. Up with a shot. No good. It was changed on the interior. Rebound to Jack Barry. It'll be Barry across midcourt. Barry to Ripke, but he threw it behind him, and it's a backcourt violation.
Well, if you're North Central and Chris Fiddler, if you could get this thing down to single digits, maybe before the half, get into the locker room and regroup a little bit, I think how this first half has gone, I think that's a win for them.
Yep, I would agree. 45 seconds until then. You're listening to Saturday Night Basketball, WBNO FM Bryan. 33-21 Eden, a Since they were down 4-2, they rattled off a huge run and have not relinquished it. North Central has been playing in quicksand since it was 4-2. 20 seconds left in the half. Eagles might want one. Going right, Burt turns the corner. Fade away on the baseline. Circles out, no good. Rebound tapped away by Patton of North Central and out of bounds with 14 seconds. So plenty of time now for Edon. Myers for Hayes. Don't want him to get a silly third.
No, that's a good move there. And if you're
Although
Edon,
Burt is still out.
if you can imagine Edon hitting a shot here at the buzzer, this place will erupt.
Here's Ripke to the right side. Keese for three. No. Rebound saved by Keese to Nestor. Fade away. Tap up. Good. That's going to count. The follow by Gallagher. Right place. Right positioning. Right time.
Nobody put a body on him whatsoever, and he was just able to, without any sort of defense in front of him, not difficult.
We go to the locker room, 35-21, Edon with the lead. Main Stop's halftime show when we come back.
These seasons will be changing soon, and that means Elian's Boutique and the Maddox Men's Emporium will be featuring a plethora of new items. From men's and women's apparel to purses and accessories, new infant apparel and accessories, even new items in their pet boutique. But that's not all. Elian's and the Maddox Men's Emporium also have new hot sauces, jerk sauces, new Bloody Mary mixes, new sweet treats, and more. So for all your shopping needs, stop by Elian's Boutique and the Maddox Men's Emporium on the east side of the square in downtown Bryan. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 5. Elian's and the Maddox Men's Emporium, your shopping destination in Northwest Ohio. Jason Deach Collision and Customs is Northwest Ohio's largest trailer dealer with over 300 trailers in stock, from 53-foot race trailers and custom toter homes to open deck car trailers, dump trailers, landscape trailers, and equipment trailers. But they don't just sell trailers, they service them. Add options and do repairs on any brand. Because they're racers themselves, they know how to build the trailer right for your racing needs. Stop by their Edgerton location or shop 24/7 at jasondeachtrailersales.com. If you can dream it, they can build it at Jason Deach Collision and Customs.
At the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio, we know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow. So we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning. I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice. At Fackler Monument Company, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. We can even customize a memorial for you. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Have you heard of Alton Lowe Brink & Company?
What?
Have you heard of Alton Lowe Brink & Company?
Sorry, could you say that one more time, only slower?
Alton Lowe Brink & Company, or sometimes it's known under the brand names of TrueFast and Spax.
Not really. What is it?
Alton Lowe Brink & Company is a well-known fastener manufacturer. It's a family-owned business that's been around for nearly 200 years that cares about their employees and invests in the local community. They just added a 65,000 square foot expansion to their Pioneer location. If you want to learn more about the company or employment opportunities, visit altonlow.us. That's ALTENLOH.us.
Best Insurance and Financial Services in downtown Edon is proud to announce they've become a full-service insurance agency, taking care of all of your insurance needs now. Best Insurance and Financial Services has been handling life and health insurance along with your investment needs for over 40 years. And now they're able to offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and farm insurance needs. They can also protect your RV, ATV, and boat. To find out more information, just head to best-ins.net or phone 419-272-2888. Best Insurance and Financial Services in downtown Edon, wishing the Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game. Attention homeowners and contractors in the tri-state area. Did you know Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold services and repairs pretty much any piece of equipment and machinery? Well, they do. Things like skid steers, mini excavators, backhoes, and air compressors. But it's not just big equipment. They also repair things like lawnmowers, snow blowers, chainsaws, heaters, pretty much anything you can think of, Black Swamp Equipment can handle it. And they are certified certified service warranty centers for Steel outdoor power equipment, Kohler engines, Miller Electric, Milwaukee, and Toro. Plus, they have a truck fully loaded to come to you to fix a problem you may have with a piece of equipment. To find out more information, check out blackswampequipment.com or phone 1-800-445-2777 and ask for the service department. Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold, your one-stop service and repair headquarters.
Few scores to pass along other than, of course, this one. Varsity girls at the end of 3. Wasion leads Anthony Wayne 35-29. Boys final, Whitmer defeated Defiance 49-44. At the half in boys hoops, it's Archbold 36, Tenora 22. And at the half, Wayne Trace leads Crestview 23-10. Here, it's 35-21. Eden with the lead. Let's dive right into the numbers. Drew Gallagher leading the way with 14 for Eden. Jack Berry with 9, Cassius Hulbert 7, Caden Nestor 3, Ethan Stanky 2. For North Central, 7 for Landon Justice, 5 for Zach Hayes, Ben Pettit with 5, 2 apiece for Joey Burt and Mason Sanford. Shooting the basketball, Eden an even 50% from the field, 14 of 28. They're 3 of 10 from the three-point line. North Central, 8 of 21 shooting and 3 of 10 from the three-point line. Eden 4 for 6. From the foul line. North Central 2 for 2 at the foul line. By the way, Fairview leads Hilltop in boys hoops at halftime, 41-17. Adam?
Plus 5 advantage on the boards for Eden in the first half. Drew Gallagher with a game-high 6. Turnovers 9, North Central 6 for Eden.
All of that leads to a 35-21 lead for Eden over North Central. Back with more in a moment.
Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. When you're inside this winter, you want to not only be warm, but also have great indoor air quality. Well, Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services features it all with Lennox and iWave. iWave safely treats the air throughout your home, plus kills mold, bacteria, and viruses. It also reduces odors from pets and cooking, reduces allergens, smoke, static electricity, and dust in the air. And best of all, no maintenance, no bulb, no other parts to replace. Check out Stark's celebrating their 50th anniversary at starksphs.com or phone toll-free 1-800-329-4040.
You know where to go when your vehicle has been in an accident, but why should you take that same vehicle to Jason Deeds Collision and Service when you need an oil change, brake job, or any other routine maintenance? It's because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have 60 years of combined experience diagnosing and repairing domestic, foreign, and classic automobiles. They have a state-of-the-art alignment machine that ensures a perfect alignment every time, and the training and expertise to fix your problem the first time. So whether it's a crash or take your vehicle to Jason Deeds Collision and Service.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio, and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Always always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon. Good luck to all the athletes from North Central from the Kidston Family Companies of Pioneer. The Kidston Family Companies want to take this opportunity to salute all of the hard work of the athletes and coaches. And they want to say good luck not only in this game, but in the rest of the school year and all of the competitions. The Kidston Family Companies of Pioneer saying good luck to the North Central Eagles in tonight's game.
Okay, 35-21, Edon with the lead, so a little focus here on North Central. 14 points, very doable. Point of emphasis in this second half for them.
Take care of the basketball, a little loose with it in the first half. 9 turnovers in that first half. Offensively, let's take advantage of our opportunities. Defensively, they're going to have to find an answer down into the paint. They're just getting brutalized right now by Gallagher and Hulbert, and even Edon off the dribble drive is getting good looks at the basket. They're going to have to tighten up that defense inside out. Go from there.
All right, let's go to a boxing analogy here for Edon. What's their 1-2 punch combination to finish this?
You're going right into Gallagher to Hulbert, and you're going to just say, this is what we've been able to do. Stop it if you can't. Ball game. They're just dominating the game physically. You made the great point, the great view in the first half. They're getting all the hustle plays. They're the aggressor on both ends of the floor. They're doing what they wanted to. I'm Matt Ripke. I'm starting this offense in the second half. Hulbert, Gallagher, we work from the inside out and stop it if you can.
Edon basketball, again, what's at stake? A North Central win tonight, and they would wrap up a share of a conference title for the first time in 20 years. An Edon win keeps them in the title discussion for another week. It'll be Edon ball. Ripke gives it left side over to Barry. Barry lobs to the post, wanted to go to Hulbert, although it didn't get a clean pass. He has to come out and get it. He'll back his way in, power it up on a jump hook, and score.
You don't see that too often. The big man, wing left, dribbles Charles Barkley style into the paint.
37-21. Biggest lead of the night for Edon here early in the third. Top of the key. Hayes gives it up over to Patton. Patton wanted to go off the bounce. Nestor stayed with him. Now it's Hayes. They've held him to just 5. Burt with just 2. That's 30 a game, held to 7 here. Left point, shifting it. Myers over to Justice. Justice on the high left side. Justice will hoist the 3 and knock it home. Boy, he's been really good for them tonight.
Absolutely. Big shot, not a lot of movement offensively. The possession kind of getting away from them.
37-24. Pass from Hulbert, deflected and stolen away by Patton. Now to Hayes. Weaving his way up the floor. Right side to Bird along the baseline. Throws it elbow. Patton extra pass. Justice feeling it. Air ball this time. And it'll go over to Edon as it sailed out of bounds.
It's an air ball. It goes out of bounds. Yes, still wide open look. Top of the key. If you're North Central, so far you like the looks you're getting in the second half.
Here's Ripke. Cross court to Barry. Crosses the timeline. Jump pass as a trap was coming. Back to Ripke. Ripke tried to peel through a double team. Knocked away by Patton. Regained by Ripke. Over to Barry. Barry on the wing. Barry to Ripke. Inside. Wanted to go to Hulbert. And unable to make the connection. It goes into the student body and out of bounds.
It's not on the same page. Hulbert had a little bit of space on the baseline. Ripke threw to where he was hoping he would cut. Hulbert didn't. He was more waiting for it on the baseline, and thus the turnover.
Burt walks it across center circle, left side to Justice. 37-24 Edon. Right side Patton. Baseline Burt. Short corner entry to Myers. Double down on him. He'll lean in. Partially blocked by Ripke. And off the rebound, it's Gallagher who gives to Ripke. Ripke across midcourt between the circles. Ripke angling right side. Dribble handoff to Barry. Cross court now to Nestor. He'll come top of the key to Hulbert. 2 minutes and change gone by. Now inside it goes. Gallagher along the baseline. Double was coming. Kick out to Barry. Had a 3, didn't pull the trigger, and they'll run more offense. Here's Ripke. Ripke to the right point, now to Nestor. Nestor, top side, left side, over to Ripke, who has not scored tonight. To the right elbow, Gallagher gives to Nestor. Nestor at the foul line, bounce pass into Gallagher. Double on him, finds a cutting Hulbert, and it's off his hands and out of bounds.
You got to give credit, Andy, to the 6'3 sophomore Cohen Myers. He was the one that had the primary responsibility of Drew Gallagher on that possession, and they end up getting the turnover.
So, turnover force. Can North Central cash in now in their set? Between the circles, Burt. Burt to the right side to Justice. Justice cutting through, it's Burt. Wrap around past Myers. He'll find Patton. Too strong, though. Had to go up and kind of climb the ladder to get it. Now it's Burt on the wing. Burt bounces it out front to Patton. Over to Justice. Justice down low to Hayes. Inside out to Burt. Burt in the lane. Tripped up, and the foul will go on Edon. It's going to go on Barry, his second.
That being said, you also got to tip the cap to Gannon Ripke for the job he's been doing chasing around Zach Hayes so far in this third quarter.
5 is what he's got. 18 a game is what Hayes averages. Justice into Hayes. Out high on the right side. 37-24 Edon. Stop on the elbow. Look left to Justice. Justice baseline not there. Floats it out in front now to Hayes. Hayes off the bounce to the elbow. Good recovery by Ripke. Now to Justice. Launches a three. No good. Long rebound goes to Nestor. Knocked away for a moment from behind by Patton. Little contact down there. Play on. Left to right, Ripke. Battles his way into the lane. Spins. Patton got a hand on it. Ripke back. Sends it up. No. Rebound put back. No. But going to the line will be Drew Gallagher for a pair. They just can't keep him off the backboard.
8 rebounds already here in this ball game. We're halfway through the third quarter. And that's just, it's those sorts of things are just backbreakers. You play so hard. You play such good half-court defense. You get them to miss the shot. You just can't clean it up there at the end and finish off the possession.
Free throw rattles in for Drew Gallagher. Came in. He has 15 now. And came into the night averaging 14 a game.
Well, the two of them, Hulbert and Gallagher, combined so far 25 and 10.
And a 39-24 lead for Edon midway through the third. Burt goes right side to the right point. Hayes launching three, no good. Offensive rebound, though, to Patton. North Central resets. Around to Burt. He'll try for three. Got it.
And it gives Edon a little taste of their own medicine. Good offensive rebound by Patton, and Burt takes advantage.
39-27, Edon. Across midcourt, Barry. Bounces it back to Ripke. Not just the BBC at stake tonight, but some seeding could be at stake tonight. These teams in the same district. North Central 10 wins, Edon 9 wins, head-to-head, and oh, by the way, the draw tomorrow. Here's the back end again, the spin, and Hulbert is rejected this time, coming back the other way. In transition, Hayes' pass is behind Burt, intercepted by Ripke, who was floating defensively. Ripke in the lane. And is he called for steps? Yes.
That's 2 possessions in a row. Cohen Myers has stood up and made a play for North Central, not able to take advantage when they turned it over last time they had it. Let's see if they can do it here. But Cohen Myers has played well defensively for Chris Fiddler.
Yep, I would agree. And he's a kid that kind of gets hidden with some of those little things. 3 minutes to go in the third. 39-27 Edon. Burt left side to Patton. Into the post to Myers. Back out to Patton. He'll launch a three. No. It was too hard. Long rebound grabbed by Barry. Spin move Barry, then lost his dribble. Gives it up. Here's Nestor to the rim. What do we got? Charge. Landon Justice slid under and took the charge.
Well,
Nestor gets his first foul.
The North Central faithful a little upset. Barry had it on his backside and probably slid about 4 or 5 feet. But, yeah, it's Saturdays. We've said it time and time again. For me, it's all about energy and emotion. Who's got it on Saturday? Throw that out the window with no one playing for the last 3 days. Plenty of it here tonight.
There's all kinds of energy.
It's on display.
39-27. Burt on the right side gives to Hayes. Hayes, Barry wouldn't let him shake free as on a defensive switch. Now they'll switch back, and it's Ripke back on Hayes. Burt pick and roll to Myers, hangs in the air and scores.
This young man has played big for his team here in the third quarter.
39-29 Edon. Gannon Ripke crosses midcourt as we approach the 2-minute mark left in the third quarter. Here's Nestor. Shuffles it off now to Barry. Barry dribble drive left of the lane, attacks and finishes. Good, strong move and finish by Jack Barry. 41-29 Edon by a dozen. Here's Hayes. Look, that quick step to the rim. Goes with the right hand. The lefty does. Can't get it to go. Barry, another rebound. Barry in transition. Doesn't have numbers. Works his way. Secondary break. Extra pass. Keese jacks up a three. Too strong. Rebound to Pettit for North Central. Hill outlet ahead now to Hayes. Along the baseline. Poked away from behind by Keese. Now Keese in a reach and foul on Justice. And that'll be Landon Justice' second foul. Nobody has three yet in this game. North Central now, though, 5 players with 2.
Well, you just get the sense if they could just get that down to 8, maybe even 6, what kind of a game this would be. North Central just working so hard, they can't.
Eden's just kept them at arm's length, haven't they?
Haven't been able to put them away, but really not getting any closer than 10.
41-29 Bombers. Keese off the move to the foul line. Keese in the lane. Jump stop, didn't have it. Gives it up to Gallagher. Gallagher the drive and give to Ripke. Ripke to Barry now. Barry on the right point. Barry into the lane. Spin, drop step, find Nestor. Put it in the books for 3.
How many times have we seen Caden Nestor come up with a big shot when his team needs it?
Ripke almost turning North Central over. Edon answering the charge and nearly turning them over. Ricocheted back into North Central's hands. Cohen Myers sticks the medium range jumper from the elbow. 44-31 Edon. 30 seconds to play in the third. Left to right comes Edon. Ripke with the ball out in front. Ripke picks the dribble up. Bounce pass left wing to Gallagher. Gallagher touches it now to Barry. Barry gets a screen. There's the roll. Gallagher over the top. 3 ball on the way. Nestor, too strong this time. Offensive rebound, though. Barry hoists a 3. That's no good. Rebound, and Barry tried to get there to save it, but could not. It'll belong to the Eagles with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Ethan Stanky for Drew Gallagher. Kyler Sapp is going to come in. These are just breaks to give starters blows. You get 10 seconds now, and then the quarter exchange.
Little early head start on the quarter break.
Inbounds to Joe Burt. Picked up by Sapp. Burt at midcourt with 5, with 4. Burt in the lane to the rim. Missed the layup. And out of bounds it goes. Who does it belong to? It'll go Edon's way with a second and a half. It'll be Stanky to inbounds. Stanky to Ripke. 3-quarter court. No. 3 in the books in Edon. 44-31 Bombers in this crucial BBC game on B-Rock Sport.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Starks Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Starks Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com. Myers Brothers Trucking was founded in 2003 by current owners Craig and Dustin Myers with a base of operations in Pioneer, Ohio. The reputation for providing a high-quality service at very competitive rates has contributed to the success of the business over the years. The goal? To provide customers with professional supplier relationships and premium service. For more information, see MyersBrothersTrucking.net. Myers Brothers Trucking saying good luck to all the athletes in tonight's game.
Final 8 minutes of basketball, 44-31. Conference ramifications again. A North Central win, and they would clinch at least a share of the BBC title tonight. An Edon win keeps them in play. Pettisville also with just 1 loss, so they remain heavily in play as well. Pettisville finishes with Montpelier and Stryker. North Central after tonight plays Montpelier. Edon still has Hilltop in the wings. And also Fayette are their conference games remaining. So Montpelier are playing a big role in this yet with games with Pettisville and North Central. Around to the right side it goes to Justice. Justice throws it over. A set play for Zach Hayes. Too tall and out of bounds. That's kind of, that play right there has been maybe the storyline of the night.
Every chance they've had to kind of creep a little bit closer, they've been their own worst enemy. Now 13 turnovers in this ballgame.
44-31 Edon. Up ahead now, it's Gannon Ripke into the half-court offense. Their first offensive possession of the fourth quarter. Nestor gives to Sapp, who remains in there. Baseline and now wing left to Gannon Ripke. He'll circle it around now to Nestor. Nestor over to Sapp, left point. Hayes on him. He pushes it right side now to Gallagher. Both teams have been man all night. Myers out on Drew Gallagher. He gives it up to Ripke. Now Carter Keese gets into the act. Opening minute, fourth quarter, 44-31. Edon, they've led by as many as 16. Keese. North Central has been as close as 10 here in the second half. Haven't been able to get it to singles. Now it's Sapp, high right. Sapp had it nearly knocked away by Hayes. Now Keese in the corner brings it out. Foul line extended, top of the key, continuing with that dribble. Edon showing deep patience here with that 13-point lead. Backdoor cut, Keese wide open.
Just lull you to sleep. That's all they do. They burn off over a minute off the clock.
Justice, a quick trigger three, no good. Rebound, Edon in the corner. 46-31.
Andy, you mentioned numerous times this year, this is not a team, Edon, that you want to get behind heading into the fourth quarter. Give them a double-digit lead, and it's got to seem like it's twice that much the way they control everything.
Floating left with a basketball, Sapp. Sapp top of the key. 46-31 Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Top of the key, Keese picks up his dribble, looks in the lane to Nestor, mishandled it, then tried to shovel it to Sapp, but it sailed too far. Sapp, nothing he could do with it. It was already out of bounds, so a turnover, Bombers.
Well, you look at the clock. I mean, to be fair, each have had two possessions. North Central probably had it less than 10 seconds. Edon almost 2 minutes.
Yeah. Barry returns for Sapp. Jump pass ahead to Justice. Broken up, wanted to get it to a cutting Myers. Now it's Gallagher. Gallagher to Ripke. They said over and back. Boy, I thought Gannon Ripke had established himself in the front court, but either way, turnover, Bombers. So now North Central, they cannot keep having empty trips here. 5:58 to go, down 15.
Yeah, at some point, they've been their own worst enemy here, especially in this second half. Take care of the basketball and get some open looks. Be aggressive.
With it on the right side through a double team is Burt. Burt has been held to 5 tonight. He averages a dozen. Hayes has 5 tonight. He scores 18 a game. So great job defensively on those two scorers for North Central. Burt jump pass to Pettit. Gives to Hayes. Rise and fire. Three ball is good. Timeout. Chris Fiddler will take it with him. 46-34 Edon.
Even though we don't know what life has in store for our homes or car, we can still prepare. Introducing the damage doesn't have to be too damaging policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Contact Danielle Van Atta, agent at 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan, or call 419-636-0408 today. American Family Insurance Company. SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Do you want a career with competitive wages and benefits with a flexible schedule in a close-to-home, clean, and ever-growing company? If that's a yes, we want you to be a part of the 2020 family in Holiday City. We have schedules to meet all walks of life. Work full-time or weekends only with pay up to $26 an hour. A full benefits package at 30 days, up to $400 a month with perfect attendance program, and a $500 referral bonus. Apply online at 2020cmp.com. Then stop in Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. for open interviews. We hope to see you soon at 2020 CMP.
Back out here in Edon, out of the timeout, a take by Nestor, a follow by Gallagher. Obviously, both coming up empty. It goes out of bounds off Edon, so it'll be North Central possession now with 5:20 to go.
But again, they didn't get a bucket. That's frustrating, but they burn off about 35, 40 seconds off the clock.
Coming down on 5 minutes to play. 46-34. Edon. Inside look to Patton, and Hayes' pass missed wide of the target and goes out of bounds.
They just, for whatever reason, just rushing or what Edon is doing defensively, North Central just, it's a half a click off, it seems like, tonight offensively.
Off the inbounds, a foul. Quinn Burt, who just came in for the first time tonight, collects his first foul. Archibald beats Tenora 60-36 in boys hoops. Wassey girls winner over Anthony Wayne, 51-41. 3 team fouls on North Central, 2 on Edon here in the second half. Ripke with a double team waiting, ahead to Gallagher. Gallagher right point, picks his dribble up. Gallagher to the baseline to Keese, and they'll clear it out in front. 46-34. Edon seeing North Central a little bit more of a scramble mode here, down 12 with 4:45 to go. Keese bypassing the 3, circles out in front. He'll go to Nestor, to the elbow to Gallagher. Gallagher back out to Keese. Now to Barry, over the top Nestor. Bounce pass inside to Gannon Ripke. There's been 3-4 shots that they've given up because the time is more important to Edon, now up a dozen.
Great spacing, just playing keep away right now.
Timeout Bombers. 4:23 to play. 46-34 Edon. It's a full timeout.
Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio would like to take a moment to wish all the Edon area athletes good luck this season as they strive for excellence. Since 1977, Dimension Hardwood Veneers has been the manufacturer of specialty rotary cut-to-size veneers. Dimension Hardwood Veneers is proud to support all Edon area athletics. Go Bombers from the management and staff of Dimension Hardwood Veneers of Edon, Ohio.
At the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio, we know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow. So we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning. I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice. At Fackler Monument Company, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. We can even customize a memorial for you. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
4:23 remaining. 46-34 Edon in a must-get game for Edon for BBC ramifications.
You know, it seems like that Edon's been in total control of this game as you go, but you look up at the scoreboard right now, we got over half of the fourth quarter. It's a 12-point game, and the way that North Central can shoot the basketball, a couple of quick buckets, and suddenly it's down to single digits. That's what they got to do. They got to get to the point where they make Edon make some plays, because Edon right now is just in keep-away mode.
From the far sideline, Jack Berry to inbounds. It's intercepted. Soft on the pass. Patton with a steal and lay-in.
Not what Matt Ripke had envisioned out of the timeout for sure.
And it's within 10 now. 46-36. Jump stop, look ahead, Ripke, and a foul on Patton, raking across the arm of Gannon Ripke. That'll be Patton's second.
Not the worst foul in the world. I mean, that's only the 4th foul on North Central. You got to get a couple more. You don't want to get to about the 2-minute mark needing to chase fouls.
From the far side, Berry to inbounds again. Gallagher flashes, pretty big target, but unable to make the connection. Another Edon giveaway. Hayes in transition. Hang scores! Here come the Eagles.
How about that bit of emotion by Finn on the sidelines? Boy, you don't think he wants this one? 2 possessions, 2 layups, and an and-one possibility off of Edon turnovers. If they're going to continue this, it's going to happen on the defensive end.
First time North Central's had it in single digits since the first quarter.
Boy, Finn still got some athleticism over there. He was fired up. Good to see.
Hayes, and now a turnover by Ripke, and North Central gave it right back.
It's all right. But this is where, again, they don't, even without the true point guard, they're putting a lot of pressure on Gannon Ripke, and North Central doubles him whenever he can. They've even tripled him at times tonight.
Ripke, as Quinn Burt stays with him. Double and triple on him. Up ahead to Gallagher. Inside, Keys. Pettit fouls him on the shot fake. He got Pettit to leave his feet, and Pettit picks up his first.
Well, that's the danger. If you're going to triple team out near midcourt and they get the ball past that triple team, Edon's going to have their look at what they want. It's a good foul, though. Make them earn it at the free throw line.
Carter Keese 0 for 1 tonight. Edon is a team 61%. Keese is 71% on the season. He's 0 for 1, as we said. First of 2 is short. 46-39 Bombers, 3:48 to play. One more for Keese. By the way, North Central 3 of 4 shooting in this quarter. Keese got the roll on the second one. 47-39, up the floor to Quinn Burt. Now to brother Joe. Burt, top of the key, continues to circle right off the bounce, gives to Pettit. Pettit on the right point, between the circles, Quinn Burt. Bounce pass inside for Hayes, and on a hold, they'll get Gannon Ripke with his second foul. Nobody for Edon in foul, actually nobody for either team in any foul trouble. That's the fourth team foul on Edon, 5 on North Central in this half. Inbounds left side, Pettit catch and shoot, no good for 3. Rebound inside, Burt swatted away. Another offensive chance though. Pettit on the wing. Ben Pettit gives to Zach Hayes. Hayes top of the key, jumper for 3, in and out, no. Rebound Edon, Berry's fouled. I think it's Patton on the weak side.
Boy, Edon got away with one there. How they lost sight of Zach Hayes, who got the ball, looked down to make sure his feet were behind the top of the key arc, and then launched it.
Third foul on Colin Patton. Last foul North Central has to give. 3:10 remaining. Baseball pass up ahead to Nestor. 47-39 Edon. Through traffic. Nestor knocked down. Gave up the basketball. They said he did not carry it with him as he went down for a travel. Here's Berry, and now he's fouled out in front by Quinn Burt. And that'll be Burt's second. And 1-and-1 time for Jack Berry.
Well, North Central not even making a mystery about it. They just have 2 guys waiting for the inbound when Gannon Ripke gets the basketball. The officials might want to take a moment to maybe calm things down a little bit, because the emotion over the last 2-3 minutes has definitely expanded. Is that
yeah.
People getting fired up.
Jack Berry at the line. 1-and-1. 2:54 mark. No good on the 1-and-1. Rebound, Patton and North Central. Up the floor. Patton with a scoop. It won't go. Loose ball to Edon. Ripke gives to Keese, and they'll slow it down. Keese with a double coming. Keese is double teamed in a reach and a foul. Is it Pettit or is it Burt? It's Pettit with his second. Carter Keese will get another foul. Or another foul opportunity, free throw opportunity.
Yeah, Edon's got to start taking advantage of these free throws.
Remember, they were 7 of 21 in a 1-point loss to Pettisville.
Now you put away teams in the fourth quarter.
Short, no good. Front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound Hayes. 47-39 Edon. Right side, Burt. 2.5 to play. Burt in the lane. Finger roll. Got it.
But a strong drive to the basket by sophomore Joey Burt, showing no fear. Fans finally getting on their feet, ready to go after it.
Timeout.
6-point game.
47-41. Timeout on the floor.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Edon, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
The North Central Athletic Boosters would like to thank our student athletes for their hard work and dedication, both in the classroom and on the court this season. They know how much hard work and dedication the players put into every practice and game, and the North Central Athletic Boosters are proud to be supporters. The North Central Boosters also want to give a big thanks to the parents and loyal Eagle fans. Play hard, play proud, and go Eagles.
47-41 Edon. 2:25 to play. They're doubling Gannon Ripke to inbounds the basketball. He gets it off the inbounds from Gallagher. Pivots, gets it ahead to Gallagher. Jump pass ahead to Nestor in the half court. Nestor floats on the dribble. Here comes another trap. Shovels it. It's tipped. Grabbed back by Ripke. Backdoor cut. Layup good. Carter Keese. He shook free on the interior. 49-41 Bombers. Patton to answer. It's an air ball three. Rebound to Edon. Here's Gallagher. Trapped in the backcourt. Gallagher looks ahead. Got it to Berry. He's going to go for the dunk. Jack Berry with the flush. And he may have hurt himself.
He hurt himself.
North Central fans are enraged because they had a break opportunity. But Berry, when he went up for the dunk, either landed, he did, and he landed awkwardly.
Well, he dunked it, and obviously the place was going nuts. He spun, and then he lost his balance, and then he went down. I don't know. You hope it just was a case where it locked up. We've all had it where the knee is locked up. But he's able to walk off the floor on his own. I think maybe his knee just locked up a little bit. Scary more than anything. Chris Fiddler with his argument is why they blew the whistle immediately, and they were in transition at the other end.
So Berry to the bench. Kyler Sapp comes in now in a 10-point game. He just got beat to the rim by Burt, but he missed it. And on the rebound by Keese, he's fouled with 1:38 to play. So walking to the offensive end, one more, 1-1. Carter Keese is 1 for 4 at the foul line. He shoots the final 1-1 of the night. 10-point game. Front end is good. 52-41.
Had it down to 6. Still plenty of time.
Edon has answered with 5 straight points. Make it 6.
Yep.
Keese hit them both. 53-41 Edon. Minute and a half to play. It's Burt out to Hayes. Hayes on the wing. Hayes to the rim. Hayes lays it up and in. Timeout North Central. Will spend it with them. 53-43 Bombers. Back in a moment.
Your friends at your neighborhood Edon Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Edon, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Edon Farmers Co-op.
53-43 Edon. I asked both coaches about this being such a tournament, and it's a tournament-like atmosphere here tonight. What's at stake? BBC ramifications, possible, probable seeding ramifications in tomorrow's draw. North Central came in 10-6. Edon came in 9-7. Inbounds to Gallagher, back to Ripke. He'll push it ahead, gives it up to Keese, top of the key. Over to Nestor. By the way, Sapp has remained in there. They have not brought Berry back, so that injury is bothering him. Inside, Gallagher to Sapp, layup good.
North Central trying to double team. That leaves a numbers mismatch. Edon took advantage.
Nestor almost got the steal and deflected it out of bounds. That was getting close. That Sapp lay-in close to a knockout punch. North Central 66 seconds down 12. Have to go nothing but threes, and they have to go quick hitters, and Burt just turned it over. And that may end up doing it. Gallagher ahead to Keese, up to Sapp. The layup is good. North Central will not be celebrating here tonight. Edon will remain in the title chase. Pettisville stays in the title chase. And what will it do to district seeding tomorrow? Pettit to Burt, 30 seconds to play. Burt jump stop with a left hand, no good. Rebound, Hayes launches a three, that's no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, Edon basketball, 23 seconds to play. There was a team that was more desperate here tonight for BBC ramifications. That was Edon. They were more of the aggressor consistently tonight.
And I think you hit the nail on the head as you have so many times with Edon. This is not a team you want to get behind when they can just dictate how the game's going to be played.
And Edon will bring the basketball in. You just hope now that, Jack Berry's back in. So Berry back, standing in the quarter. North Central will foul him with 11 and a half seconds. Terrific atmosphere here tonight. North Central will suffer their first conference loss.
Edon is just so deliberate. It's weird that they've got 15 turnovers here tonight. That's something you don't normally see with the Bombers, but they are so deliberate. They know what they're doing. They work the clock so well. You get down 10, 12. It just seems like a huge mountain to climb, and North Central got it down to 6, but could get no further than that.
That's what makes them dangerous in that tournament atmosphere, doesn't it?
On a night maybe when you're not shooting very well and they are, give them a lead. I mean, that's the thing. You get Ripke and these Bombers into the fourth quarter with a lead, suddenly things are going to get real interesting.
Wholesale substitution. So your conference marks look like this. North Central officially will still have the lead at 5-1. Berry hitting both free throws. North Central will be 5-1. Pettisville and Edon both sitting at 4-1 right now. And I guess technically it does bring Fayette back into play, but too many scenarios.
Yeah.
3 from Burt, no good. 5 seconds in the corner. Stanky gives to Radebaugh, who's in with the subs, and that's it. No celebration tonight for North Central as Edon wins this in impressive fashion. Bombers 59, North Central 43. A BBC race that's going to go to the finish. Speaking of coming to the finish, we'll be back and finish our broadcast. Lots of ground to cover here tonight on B-Rock Sports. Stay with us.
Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game. When it comes to choosing a realtor to help you with your real estate needs, the only choice is the AmeriMade Realty Team. Serving 6 counties in Northwest Ohio, AmeriMade continues to be one of the top companies year after year. With our award-winning service, commitment to each and every client's best interest, comprehensive marketing plan, and dedication to the people and communities around us, the AmeriMade Realty Team is the go-to choice in Northwest Ohio. When it's time for you to make your next move, call AmeriMade Realty at 419-636-7653. That's 419-636-SOLD, or go to AmeriMadeHomes.com.
Data breaches are occurring at an alarming rate. If your company's private records are compromised, your business could be ruined. Coverage from the Central Mutual Insurance Company can help you repair the damage of a data breach and get back to business. For your security, your protection, and your peace of mind, trust Central Mutual Insurance Company in Andrews, O'Neill, and Lowe. With offices in Archbold, Bryan, and Wauseon, or find us online at AndrewsO'NeillandLowe.com.
Of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan. They carry new, used, and scratch and dent appliances. They carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE. Many in stock for you to take home today. Then, when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
The Maddox Men's Emporium is the only premier men's clothing store in Northwest Ohio, featuring top apparel brands like Johnson & Murphy, Fish Hippie, 7 Diamonds, Task Performance Wear, and Saks Underwear. They even carry top-of-the-line men's skincare products and cologne like Jack Black, St. James of London, and Fulton & Rourke. The Maddox even has specialty foods, designer socks, bar accessories, Mission belts, and more. So stop in the Maddox Rocks Men's Emporium on the east side of the square in Bryan, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, or Saturday, 10 to 5.
Need to spruce up your home inside or out? Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan is the place for that. Get all the paint you need at tremendous prices. Get Royal Interior Eggshell or Satin or Royal Exterior Flat and Royal Exterior Stain. With excellent coverage, washability, and a lifetime warranty, Ace Royal Paint is the only paint you'll ever buy. Get to Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan today. Ace, the helpful hardware place.
Final numbers, some awards, and a conversation with Matt Ripke. All of that coming up. Edon wins over North Central 59-43. Back in a moment.
Have you always dreamed of starting your own business? Are you looking for ways to fund your child's education or save for retirement? Maybe you'd like to buy that dream home. Well, the State Bank can help you meet your financial goals, whatever they may be. With State Bank, you'll get all the products and services you expect from your bank with the personal attention of a locally operated community bank. Find a location near you today. State Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
At Midwest Community Federal Credit Union, you get rewarded big for the things you buy most, like triple points on gas and groceries. Midwest Community Visa Platinum Rewards cardholders earn triple rewards points every time they purchase gas and groceries, with no cap on the number of points they can earn. And unlike many other rewards cards, we don't require logins and sign-ups to choose your rewards categories. No hassles, just rewards. To learn more, visit midwestcommunity.org/rewards.
At the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio, we know it's not easy to select a memorial in a time of sorrow. So we invite you to visit us as part of your pre-planning. I'm Sally Jo Metzger. There's no high pressure, and by talking to us now, there's no stress. Just good information for you to make your choice. At Fackler Monument Company, we feature the largest indoor memorial display in the tri-state area. We can even customize a memorial for you. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families since 1924.
Final numbers in this Edon win tonight. They put two in double figures. Drew Gallagher, 16. Jack Berry with 15. Cassius Hulbert was close. He finished with 9. Carter Key scored 7 off the bench. Caden Nestor added 6. Kyler Sapp, a couple of late lay-ins in critical moments for an injured Jack Berry, who did come back in, by the way. Sapp with 4. And Ethan Stanke scored 2. For North Central, Zach Hayes, 13. Landon Justice, 10. Joey Burt, 7. Ben Pettit with 5. Cohen Myers with 4. Colin Patton, 2. And Mason Sanford, 2. Shooting the basketball tonight, Edon finished 50% from the field, 22 of 44, just 4 of 15 from the three-point line. North Central was 16 of 46 shooting, 6 of 23 from the three-point line. Edon, a great job going to the line and converting tonight, 11 of 16. North Central, 2 of 6.
I've got Edon with a +9 advantage on the glass here tonight. Drew Gallagher with a game-high 10. Colin Patton had 5 to pace North Central. Turnover numbers a little bit high, I think, for both coaches. North Central 17. I had Edon down with 15 of them here tonight.
But it all adds up to an Edon win. Matt Ripke joins us now. Matt, Adam and I talked in the pregame show that you had to be the aggressor. You had to be the hungrier team tonight. You were the one trailing North Central. And I thought that was key to tonight on how you played. I mean, not just what you were doing X's and O's in that first half especially. You're winning all the 50-50 balls and all the hustle plays. Just played like a hungry
aggressive, kind of game team tonight.
And you look back to our game last Tuesday, we had a stretch in the second, third quarter where we were kind of lackadaisical and lethargic. And, we had 3-4 days off, not being in the gym, and kind of told them this morning, no excuses. Right, it's always in a better position. We can be the hunter rather than the hunted. So we talk about being aggressive, both offensively, defensively from the get-go, and they took that and continued to do it. Man, they got guys that can make shots. I mean, and that's the thing. We tried to trap them from time to time, but they always found the wide open guy on the backside and was able to knock down shots. And they cut it to six there at the end. Yeah, and some silly turnovers. That's you talk about 15 turnovers, but it was the turnovers that led to runouts for them that got them right back in the game. We've got to shore that up moving forward.
Matt, talk to us about the fourth quarter. I mean, for the first three plus quarters, you're the aggressor. You're dictating things, and now suddenly you've got the lead. The mentality, they're making a run. They were throwing doubles and triple teams all over the place. Talk about what
we. It's that fine line when we're up. I think we're up 14 or something like that, 13, 14, and the clock running is our friend, right? And there was one time during a timeout that kind of like, hey, can we go score the ball? Well, yes, obviously, if we get the opportunity uncontested, we'll take it. But the clock running is what we want, and if they're going to come out and foul us that early, we got to have confidence to make free throws. And now they've got varsity guys that are racking up fouls that now down the stretch can't play. And I think that's one thing that we've got to improve on moving forward is our free throw shooting.
It was better tonight. I know that Pettisville game cost you dearly in a 1-point game, but tonight 11 of 16, so better.
It just, even the 5 that you missed seems like you missed 10 or 15. So they're free points. We talked about that going back to last week on Friday and the fact that we got to step up to the line with confidence and make free throws.
Adam made a great point about would you want anybody else in Northwest Ohio as far as a big seeing the floor, high-low, whatever it might be, finding an open shooter than Drew Gallagher. Yeah. But then also, Cassius Hulbert has really made the most of his opportunities this season.
Absolutely. And, you look at what Cassius did for us in the first half was dominant in the low post. And then in the second half, he didn't get a ton of minutes because of, they were trying to trap us and we played a little bit different lineup. But if you notice during those situations, Cassius was over there being the biggest cheerleader, being a great teammate. And I think that sets a great example for all of our younger guys as well.
Well, you're back in this thing now in terms of the race with the one loss. You have 2 left to play. They have 1 left to play. And Pettisville's back in it, obviously, with a couple of games left. But also a big game tonight, maybe for that seeding tomorrow. You and North Central a head-to-head win, and you're both sitting at 10-7.
Well, and you look, 10-7 is a lot better than 9-8. So that certainly helps. And I think with our sectional district, it's going to be those 5 through 10 that are going to. That's where the real work's going to have to be done.
What do you look for when you're putting your name down? Are you looking for opponent? Are you looking for gym? Are you looking for style? I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into it.
I think you guys know us well enough that we do a ton of scouting, so we're gonna find what we think is the best matchup for us and gives us the best opportunity to move forward in the tournament, regardless of where we go. We'll go anywhere and play it any time, any day. We don't care once you get to that point.
It's a lot more strategy than just putting the name up on the line somewhere. That's for
absolutely.
Sure.
Enjoy this one tonight. Good win over a good North Central team.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Matt Ripke, head coach of the Edon Bombers, joining us tonight as they win this one 59-43 over North Central. So, tough week now. Let's look at the other side of things. North Central drops to number 2, Antwerp. Antwerp manhandled them all night long, as they have done to a lot of teams. They lose a tough one tonight. So now it's a turnaround time for this North Central team. Have to understand that, hey, we can still win one more game and get one of our ultimate prizes and at least share the title.
They just got down too much too early, and you think that they got it cut down to 6 in the fourth quarter. But when you're in that mode, I mean, trying to make a comeback down 12, down 14, and you start double team in, full court, triple team in, I mean, you're going to get some turnovers, yes, but you're also going to give up some layups, which is what they did. I thought, like we've said time and time again, tape don't lie, and they'll look at the tape and break it down. I thought the defensive effort in the second half was outstanding. It is just so hard against this Edon team that controls the tempo so well, but they pushed them a little bit in that fourth quarter. And this is the second game in a row that we've seen. They just have not gotten off to a good start. They've dug it. You can't win the game in the first 4 or 5 minutes, but you can sure make it difficult on yourselves. And they've done that now in back-to-back games against good opponents that are going to be in their same district.
So what's left? Edon will finish with at Fayette, and then a pair of home games, Antwerp and Hilltop. We'll see Edon for that Antwerp rematch from the 49 tournament, and then the finale against Hilltop, which, by the way, is a rescheduled game because of an illness situation for Hilltop earlier in the year. For North Central, they go to Maumee Valley Country Day on Tuesday, home then with Montpelier and Edgerton, and then at Ottawa Hills on a Tuesday, 15th, before they begin tournament play. So still some work to be done for both teams, and it'll be interesting to see how this conference race plays out here in the BBC. We still have one last bit of business, actually two bits here in this segment. Starting now with our American Family Insurance MVP, who'll get a pizza from Compass Cafe up near Lake Seneca. Who do you like for that tonight, Adam?
Well, it's hard not to go and look at the effort that Drew Gallagher did tonight. Another double-double for him and what he means to this team, especially in the first three quarters. And then when they finally got involved in the press breaker, I thought he was solid here tonight. I'm going to go with, how about Jack Barry here tonight? I thought he was a factor on both ends of the floor. Kind of got the emotion going there late in the game with a big dunk that kind of capped things off a little bit. But I thought what Barry did for 4 quarters on both ends of the floor, I thought Jack Barry, player of the game worthy here tonight.
All right, so Jack, our American Family Insurance MVP, and a Compass Cafe pizza certificate coming his way. What was the best play that you saw tonight from Best One Tire and Service?
Well, let's go with, I think, what was the final dagger a little bit. North Central had cut it down to 6, then they turn it over. Edon gets a layup, goes up 8. Then they get another layup, and it's a Sapp came in off the bench and had a couple of layups in that fourth quarter. Last one came with about a minute left to put them up 14. I mean, you get into that scramble mode. It's one thing to take advantage of the numbers game you have, and then you got to finish it off. And everyone, look, we can sit here until we're blue in the face. An uncontested layup underneath the basket's the easiest shot in the world. But when the place is going crazy and you've got 500 kids running after you, I mean, that can be nerve-wracking, especially when you're just coming in off the bench. And I thought Kyler Sapp did a nice job with that.
You know, and that's one thing that's worth noting, that it's not probably Kyler Sapp around Christmas time that's in when Jack Barry's injured. And it's that way for every coach, for every level of play, boys, girls, men's, women's basketball, whatever it is. But trust is huge, and we know Matt Ripke well enough, having covered him through all of his years coaching. Trust is a lot of things, and that shows where Sapp has fallen in the pecking order now, that he's in. He's the kid that's in that moment with an opportunity even. He's earned Matt and the staff's trust to be in there.
Well, we've talked about that with Matt already this season. You earn playing time during practice. You earn that trust. You get them some opportunities in games. Kids come through. Then there's a trust that's built, and then you don't think twice throwing them out there at the end. And nice to see a kid that's kind of worked his way up, continue to play hard, and being rewarded with some nice finishes down the stretch here.
Well, that is going to do it for our week this week. Next week, it ends up being a quadruple header, but starting later in the week, I'm a slacker. I'm not going to do anything Tuesday night. I'm going to put the uncle hat on and go watch nephew Landon wrestle in his final home wrestling match, so no game for me on Tuesday.
You're going to be that crazy uncle. You got to make a sign like,
what's going to be?
With a big sign,
I mean, he better show up like Brian Shute. It better be Vision Quest moment on that night. I mean, he better put it all into play and on that mat on Tuesday night.
It's not difficult to figure out. If Uncle is coming to watch, you better perform. It's not.
Yeah. If not, I'll call him out.
You're exactly right.
Thursday night. I got to think about this. Thursday night, Montpelier won the BBC today. At least wrapped up a share of it. They didn't win it outright. It's the first time in any sport at the high school level, Montpelier's won 3 in a row in anything. They did it today with a win over Pettisville. They're going to try for the outright championship, an unbeaten conference year against the North Central Lady Eagles. So that's the Thursday game. Friday, Adam and I will see one of these teams still alive. That's Pettisville. We're heading to Stryker for Pettisville at Stryker. Saturday doubleheader. We were supposed to do Edon North Central in girls hoops Thursday. That got weathered out. That's now a Saturday afternoon game, so I'll be there for that with Suzanne Hollabaugh. Saturday night, then, number 2 in the state, Antwerp, will be in town for the Antwerp-Edon rematch on Saturday night. So thanks to Ben Murray, thanks to Matt Ripke, thanks to Chris Fiddler,
And thanks to everybody tuning in tonight. We have a scoreboard show now presented by Midwest. I'm getting blown kisses all over the gym.
You're just a very
I'm like
popular
Richard
man
Dawson here
from
from
the Family Feud. I mean, geez, Pete.
From the, I'm a member of one of the 5 families of Edon. So, Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard before this really goes sideways. Again, Edon wins tonight over North Central, keeps the title hopes alive here in Edon, 59-43. Good night, everybody.
Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game.
Attention homeowners and contractors in the tri-state area. Did you know Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold services and repairs pretty much any piece of equipment and machinery? Well, they do. Things like skid steers, mini excavators, backhoes, and air compressors. But it's not just big equipment. They also repair things like lawnmowers, snow blowers, chainsaws, heaters, pretty much anything you can think of. Black Swamp Equipment can handle it. And they are certified service warranty centers for Steel outdoor power equipment, Kohler engines, Miller Electric, Milwaukee, and Toro. Plus, they have a truck fully loaded to come to you to fix a problem you may have with a piece of equipment. To find out more information, check out blackswampequipment.com or phone 1-800-445-2777 and ask for the service department. Black Swamp Equipment of Archbold, your one-stop service and repair headquarters.
Since 1875, 4 generations of the Krill family have served this area. Krill Funeral Service realizes that the end can be a difficult and emotional time. They will guide you through each and every step of the funeral process, carefully and with integrity. Krill Funeral Service expresses appreciation for your trust in them, and they'll continue to be there for you in times of need. Krill Funeral Service of Edgerton, Edon, and on West Mulberry Street in Bryan, where they offer an on-site crematory.
Jason Deach Collision and Customs is Northwest Ohio's largest trailer dealer with over 300 trailers in stock, from 53-foot race trailers and custom toter homes to open deck car trailers, dump trailers, landscape trailers, and equipment trailers. But they don't just sell trailers, they service them, add options, and do repairs on any brand. Because they're racers themselves, they know how to build the trailer right for your racing needs. Stop by their Edgerton location or shop 24/7 at jasondeachtrailersales.com. If you can dream it, they can build it at Jason Deach Collision and Customs.
Best Insurance and Financial Services in downtown Edon is proud to announce they've become a full-service insurance agency, taking care of all of your insurance needs now. Best Insurance and Financial Services has been handling life and health insurance along with your investment needs for over 40 years. And now they're able to offer coverage for your home, auto, business, and farm insurance needs. They can also protect your RV, ATV, and boat. To find out more information, just head to best-ins.net or phone 419-272-2888. Best Insurance and Financial Services in downtown Edon, wishing the Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game. When you're inside this winter, you want to not only be warm, but also have great indoor air quality. Well, Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services features it all with Lennox and iWave. iWave safely treats the air throughout your home, plus kills mold, bacteria, and viruses. It also reduces odors from pets and cooking, reduces allergens, smoke, static electricity, and dust in the air. And best of all, no maintenance, no bulb, no other parts to replace. Check out Stark's, celebrating their 50th anniversary at starksphs.com or phone toll-free 1-800-329-4040.
A very pleasant Saturday evening to you, Northwest Ohio. Good evening. I am Ben Murray in with a Saturday edition of the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show for both boys and girls. High school basketball action on B-Rock. You're listening to 100.9 WBNO FM in Bryan, your classic rock station in Northwest Ohio. Current temperature in the Fountain City 11 degrees. Starting with boys basketball tonight in our broadcast game. Edon won over North Central at Edon 59-43. Our American Family Insurance and Compass Cafe MVP is Jack Berry. He will be receiving a pizza certificate from Compass Cafe at Lake Seneca. Again, Edon wins 59-43 over North Central. Swanton wins over Delta tonight 66-40. Wapakoneta rolls Kalida 46-44. Ottawa Glandorf takes down Harvest Prep 63-61. Whitmer dusts Defiance 49-44. Patrick Henry over Wauseon 34-27. Wayne Trace takes down Crestview 54-38. Archibald wins over Tenora 60-36. Antwerp takes down Dayton Dunbar 61-55. Continental dusts Montpelier 38-31. And Fairview wins over Hilltop 68-36. Turning our focus now to girls basketball. Montpelier girls made history for the first time. This is the first time this has happened in any high school sport, and that is Montpelier won a share of the BBC title. The first time this has happened in any sport for 3 years in a row for Montpelier. Other girls finals to pass along to you. Edgerton won over Edon 50-23. Hilltop over Edgerton 55-25. Napoleon won over Archibald 49-27. Delta bombs Fayette in girls action 48-36. Holgate takes down Patrick Henry 39-27. Swanton over Otsego 46-18. Wauseon wins over Anthony Wayne 51-41. And Lipstick takes down Kalida 39-34. One other girls final that just came across the news line, the athletic news line that is, here at B-Rock. That is Hicksville Edgerton. Hicksville won tonight over Edgerton 49-42. I am Ben Murray with all of your high school basketball finals, and of course, what wouldn't be a scoreboard show without classic rock from the late great Eddie Van Halen. I'm Ben Murray with you on the board live until 9:30. Keep your radio locked on the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show for a Saturday night. I'm Ben Murray, and this is B-Rock, and this is Van Halen. From the late, great Eddie Van Halen, that is I'll Wait. Welcome to a Saturday edition of the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show. Good evening. I am your host, Ben Murray. Turning our focus first to boys basketball in our broadcast game. Edon won over North Central 59-43. Swanson won over Delta 66-40. Wapakoneta takes care of Kalida 46-44. Ottawa Glandorf takes down Harvest Prep 63-61. Whitmer over Defiance 49-44. Patrick Henry doubles up Wauseon 34-27. Wayne Trace over Crestview 54-38. Archibald takes down Tenora 60-36. Antwerp no trouble with Dayton Dunbar 61-55. Continental over Montpelier 38-31, and Fairview dusts Hilltop 68-36. Still looking for a score. If anybody has it, you can phone it in to 419-636-3175, and that score is Stryker versus Ayersville. If any listeners out there have that score, please feel free to phone that in. Turning our focus now to girls basketball. Hicksville won over Edon 50-23. Hilltop won over Edgerton 55-25. Napoleon takes down Archibald 49-27. Delta over Fayette 48-36. Holgate is victorious over Patrick Henry 39-27. Swanton rolls Otsego 46-18. Wauseon no trouble with Anthony Wayne in girls hoops. Wauseon wins 51-41. Lipstick takes down Kalida 39-34, and Montpelier wins over Montpelier wins over Pettisville 63-41. Again, for the first time in any sport in Montpelier school history, they have won a share of the BBC title for 3 years in a row in Montpelier. I'm Ben Murray with you until 9:30, bringing you the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show and some AC/DC. This one goes out to my broadcast partners, Andy Brigle and Adam Gubernath. Good working with you tonight, gentlemen. Thank you for listening to B-Rock. I'm Ben Murray with you till 9:30. Keep it here. Good evening, Northwest Ohio. I'm Ben Murray back in with another check of your Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show for this Saturday evening on your drive home on B-Rock 100.9. First and foremost, in boys basketball, it is our broadcast games. It saw Edon winning over North Central 59-43. Swanton takes down Delta 66-40. Wapakoneta wins over Kalida 46-44. Ottawa Glandorf takes down Harvest Prep 63-61. Whitmer no trouble with Defiance 49-44. Patrick Henry all over Wauseon 34-27. Paulding bangs Lincoln View 55-46. Wayne Trey shuts the door on Crestview 54-38. Archibald is victorious over Tenora 60-36. Antwerp takes down Dayton Dunbar 61-55. Continental wins over Montpelier 38-31, and Fairview wins over Hilltop 68-36. Turning our focus now to girls basketball. Hicksville won over Edon today 50-23. Hilltop won over Edgerton 55-25. Napoleon won over Archibald 49-27. Delta spanks Fayette 48-36. Holgate no trouble with Patrick Henry 39-27. Swanton over Otsego 46-18. Swanton dusts Anthony Wayne 51-41. Lipsick takes down Kalida in the Putnam County League 39-34. And Montpelier wins over Pettisville 63-41. Those are all of your finals. I'm Ben Murray with you here for just a few more minutes right here on the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show for Saturday evening. Back into music now with Guns N' Roses and Welcome to the Jungle. Still looking for that Ayersville striker score in boys hoops. If you have it, please feel free to phone it in, 419-636-3175. Keep your radio locked on Northwest Ohio's rock station. I'm Ben Murray, and this is B-Rock 100.9. Stay with us. More scores coming up next. Little Guns N' Roses going out to our own Andy Brigle right here on the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show. Good evening, Northwest Ohio. I'm Ben Murray back in with one final check of your Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show for a Saturday night right here on B-Rock Sports. First and foremost, in boys action in our broadcast game, it was Edon winning over North Central 59-43. Swanton takes down Delta 66-40. Wapakoneta wins over Kalida in the Putnam County League 46-44. Ottawa Glandorf takes down Harvest Prep 63-61. Whitmer no trouble with Defiance 49-44. Patrick Henry over Wauseon 34-27. Paulding bombs Lincoln View 55-46. It was Wayne Trace slamming the door on Crestview, 54-38. Archibald blasts Tenora 60-36. Antwerp takes down Dayton Dunbar 61-55. Continental wins over Montpelier 38-31. Fairview takes down Hilltop 68-36. Turning our focus now to girls basketball. Hicksville wins over Edon 50-23. Hilltop wins over Edgerton 55-25. Napoleon wins over Archibald 49-27. It was Delta taking down Fayette 48-36. Holgate wins over Patrick Henry 39-27 in girls action. Swanton girls take down Otsego 46-18. Wauseon beats Anthony Wayne 51-41. Lipsick wins over Kalida 39-34. And Montpelier wins over Pettisville in girls action 63-41. As we told you earlier, for the first time in 3 years, Montpelier has won has clinched a share of 3 titles in any high school sport. That is the first time that has happened for 3 years in a row for Montpelier sports. That is going to wrap this edition up of the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show. I leave you now with I Hate Myself for Loving You. I'm Ben Murray. We'll talk to you next week, and keep your radio locked on the station where sports and rock collide. This is B-Rock. I'm Ben Murray. Good night.